I had friends, family trying to contact her, send her messages, uh, to tell her, "Hey, Steven wants to see his son." We are allowed video visits. Video. She doesn't have to go up there. She can just video chat. Even if it was once while I was incarcerated, that would have been good. But no, she kept them away from me. Even after I was in jail, after I got out. I'm sending her messages, and come to find out, she's been having the same number. So she's been getting my messages, my pleas, my begging to see my son.
21 is Everardo Martinez and Dulce Martinez. Please unmute and turn on your cameras.
No, sir. No, sir. It's Steven Albert Martinez. I am the father. Everardo is my son.
Oh, okay. I'm just going by my list. My list might be has a little problem today. So,
I'll include that in my opening, Your Honor.
Ms. Saavedra, I'm still waiting on you to unmute.
Yes.
All right. Do you both swear the testimony that you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Cora, go ahead.
Your Honor, this is an acknowledgement of paternity that we have filed before the court. For an abundance of clarity, I will read the names of the parties, including the names of the children, into the record, just to keep everything consistent. The name that we have listed on our petition for the non-custodial parent is Stephen Albert Martinez. The custodial parent, the mother, is Dulce Maria Saavedra, and the child in this case is Everardo Martinez. That is a stipulation I think everyone can agree to. I will read the other stipulations into the record. Both parties deny family violence. Both parties are in agreement that the child should remain on government medical. Both parties are in agreement to be named joint managing conservator with the mother.
Right from the start, this hits heavy. The dad says he begged, sent messages, and even asked for simple video calls, but mom kept the child away even while he was incarcerated. Now, in family law, courts weigh not just past incarceration but whether a parent actively tried to stay connected. What do you think? Is mom justified here, or is she blocking the father unfairly?
Designating the primary residence in Dallas and contiguous counties. Parties stipulate on a net income for the father of $1,714. There is no request for retroactive support. Court cost is billed to the father. The other issues are in dispute. I will now call the mother. Ma'am, can you state the name? Ma'am, can you state your full name?
Dulce María Saavedra.
And ma'am, can you state the name of the child in the case?
It would be Everardo Albert Martinez.
And how old is he?
He's a year and a half.
And he lives with you?
Yes.
And you do not live with Mr. Steven Martinez, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And you guys are not married, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
But at the time, around the time that the child was born, you guys filled out a paper called an acknowledgement of paternity, declaring that Mr. Steven Martinez, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And ma'am, did you hear all of the agreements I read into the record?
The ones that you had just said, yes.
Yeah, just those.
Okay.
Did you hear those?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes, sorry.
Okay, perfect. And let's talk about and are those.
Here's a huge red flag moment. Mom says she doesn't want dad to know her address because she fears he might just show up. But notice, there's no history of him doing that, and she even admitted no police reports exist. Courts often balance safety concerns against a parent's right to access. So, is this a legitimate fear, or just a way to control visitation?
Still your agreements?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Now let's talk about the contested issues, which are child support, medical support, and some non-disclosure and some visitation, okay? Ma'am, the state has calculated child support at $343. Are you okay with that?
That is fine.
Okay. And ma'am, the state has calculated medical support for Medicaid at $195. Are you okay with that?
That is fine.
Okay. And ma'am, do you want your address to remain private from the court record and from the father?
Yes.
Okay. And tell us why.
The reason why is just I feel like him knowing that address, he's just gonna come unannounced just to come see his child. You know, obviously, I'll respect his visitation rights with the agreement that will be placed today. However, I don't need him to just come up unannounced. That's my main concern.
Okay. And just some follow-up questions on that. Does the father currently know where you live?
No,
Okay. And ma'am, earlier you heard me announce that you guys were denying family violence. Has there been family violence?
no,
Okay, good, good. And has the father ever shown up unannounced before?
no.
Okay. And ma'am, besides the reasons that you just testified to, is there any other reason why you wouldn't want the father to have your address?
He's already had history before being violent in other occasions. Um, I just,
Okay.
with his past behaviors, I don't want it to be something in the future where I have to confront with that. That's the main reason.
And ma'am, I have to go into, since you're testifying about violence, who has the father been violent towards?
He's spoken with me before about how he's had violence with previous people, family members, and all that. And that's just obviously past behaviors can be repeated again. And he has a demeanor and words. He gets very argumentative, confrontational, and he starts to raise his voice, which I'm not comfortable with.
Okay. And ma'am, has the police ever been called before for anything, any incidents between you guys?
No.
Okay. And ma'am, you understand I'll ask him about your testimony in just a second, okay?
Hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. And ma'am, what type of visitation have you guys been doing in this past year and a half?
None.
None? Okay, when was the last time that the father saw the child?
The last time he saw him was on the day he was born. That day we signed that agreement, the acknowledgement of paternity. The reason why he has not been able to see him for this long period is that he was incarcerated from maybe when he wasn't even a month. He was incarcerated from probably mid-January to October, November. That's the main reason why he hasn't seen him. Obviously.
Okay, so the baby's a year and a half.
Mhm.
How out of that time, how many months? And sir, and Mr. Martinez, it's not appropriate for you to not
I'm
wave your finger
I'm
at
sorry.
the
I'm
camera.
sorry. I'm sorry.
We'll
Yes, ma'am.
we'll get to your testimony in just a second. You'll have a
I
chance to answer
apologize.
all
I
of.
apologize. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Ma'am, your testimony is that a year and a half the child is, right?
Mhm.
Okay, out of those months, what testimony of the months that the father was incarcerated?
Can you repeat that? I kind of cut off on my end.
Okay, I'll move on. I'll move on. Okay. Ma'am, would you be okay with the standard possession order where the father would have the chance to visit with the child the first, third, and fifth weekends of the month?
That is fine. Yes.
Okay. And ma'am, is it true that you want the exchange locations to be at the McDonald's on 3285 Broadway Boulevard, Garland, Texas?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, ma'am, is there anything else that the judge should know about your case so that he can rule in your favor?
Um. Uh. All I know is that I'm just a mom trying to take care of his kid, and I understand that his dad wants to see him and all that, which is why I'm agreeing with the visitation rights. Um, I just want the best for my kid and, for him to be safe in a healthy environment.
Okay, thank you. I now call the father, Stephen Martinez. Can you restate your name for the record?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Stephen Albert Martinez.
Okay, thank you, sir. And I know we are not in agreement on a few things, okay? I know that. But did you hear the parts that we were in agreement with that I announced earlier?
Yes.
Okay, those parts only are you still in agreement to?
And no, I want to have my son every weekend.
No, sir, I didn't talk about visitation yet. So the agreements were that there hasn't been family violence. Do you agree with that?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I do agree.
Okay, and you agree that you and the mom are going to be joint conservators, both making decisions over the child's life?
Yes, ma'am.
And you agree
Uh,
that the mother's primary residence should be in Dallas and surrounding counties?
yes, ma'am.
And you agree that your income, after we factor in some things, your net income is $1,714?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Do you have any private insurance for your child?
Not at this moment.
Okay, but so you're in agreement that the child should remain on government medical, is that okay?
That is fine at the moment. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, understood. All right, now let's get into the contested issues. Sir, what type of visitation do you want for this child
Every weekend. Every weekend.
every weekend? Okay. Um, and sir, you understand that under the standard possession order, if you and the mother agree to every weekend in the future that you could do that, but in case you
Now watch the emotional shift. Dad fights for every weekend but ends up agreeing to the standard order first, third, and fifth weekends. He even admits he'll need a lawyer later to fight for more time. This shows how power dynamics play out in real time. Self-represented parents often feel cornered. Be honest, would you take the deal or keep pushing?
don't agree, then it's the first, third, and fifth weekend. Knowing that, do you agree to the standard possession order, or are you still asking for every weekend visitation?
Uh, I'm understandable to that, but if she fights it, and all I can do is agree to it right now, but later I will get a lawyer to fight that. But right now, I am in agreement.
You're in agreement with the standard possession order having visitation the first, third, and fifth weekends?
Yes, ma'am. Well, if right now, I guess I have no choice. Yes, ma'am, I do.
Well, sir, you understand that you're representing yourself today. Do you understand that?
Yes, today because
Uh,
I don't have the right income to buy a lawyer. So right now,
Okay,
I do not have a lawyer. I understand that.
okay. And you understand that there is a judge here for you to convince if you want every weekend. You understand that, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just as long as you understand. Sir, the state has calculated child support in the amount of $343. Is that okay?
That is too much for way little for what I'm getting started off. I just like like I said, I just got out of jail. I'm trying to get my feet. I'm trying to get back to getting a normal job. Right now, the job that I have, it's not that great pay. I am looking for another job. I do plan on